What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trailer Park Live, right here on the 2nd Street Marvel, where we're coming at you live every single Friday night, typically around 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am a little bit late today, and I apologize. And you know what? It's probably going to be a little bit shorter of a stream. It's been a long day, got stuff to do, and we're probably going to do is we're probably going to end up doing a live stream tomorrow. I know, I don't live stream on on Saturdays normally, but probably going to end up doing something. And who knows, if I'm not too busy, maybe I'll show up on Chillmonger's stream on Saturday. It's really hard to say, but thank you all so much for being here tonight. And what I typically do is I start off the show by talking about some of the comic books and things that I pulled for the week, and then I get in and I interact with you all in the live chats as we talk about some of the different things that have happened throughout the week. And this week, I don't know, there's been some stuff going on out there in the world. Obviously, people, there's just depending on where you're at. On where you're at in life. Book of Boba Fett has been the talk of the town. A lot of people have been talking about that. A lot of people talking about other things too. There's all kinds of politics and things going on in the world as well, right? But I like to talk about comic books. I like to talk about movies. I even like to talk about music, right? These are the things I like. These are things I like to talk about. Now, occasionally, of course, there are some things out there that you don't like. You get, you pick up a comic book at the comic shop on Wednesday and you get it and you read it and you're like, this ain't it. I'm not one of those people to sit here and go on and bitch about it day in and day out for, and make clickbait videos about it. Honestly, I don't know that anybody really does that either, because when it comes to certain things, you know what people make clickbait videos about? They make clickbait videos and all those kinds of videos when somebody that writes the comic book that they're reading said something that upset them on Twitter. That's when you make 100 videos about it. When they make a bad comic book, though, when I read one, I'm just like, I might talk about it here on the Trailer Park Live, and that's about it. I can move on with my life. I don't have to hold on to that one comic book that was really terrible and bitch about it for days and days on end. And believe me, I've had some real turds here. We started off the year, week 1, I believe it was the first week of the year. There was actually a real turd that was dropped, and I didn't even mention that. But you know what? I'm lying. I did mention it. And there's a reason I didn't mention it too. Because I'm in a position where it's probably not the wisest for me to talk trash and slander this particular comic book. But hey, it is what it is. Look, the thing is, I don't hear anybody else talking about it, so I don't think anybody else picked it up and bought it anyway. I'm probably like the only person in the world that knows that it sucked. Right? No, nobody else did. Oh, man. Sharon Darnley, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a very good night. Yeah. Also, see, we got RC Scott up in the building. Lucas Texvenger up in this piece as well. Sozu Sozin, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Oh, man, is this thing really lagging that bad? Man, is it me? Is it me? I don't know. I think it's just my internet connection seems really slow. It seems like my phone's been running slow and everything too. Just probably the internet here at the house. But guys, like I said, I want to keep this fairly short stream. And like I said, this morning, well, it wasn't this morning, it was yesterday. If you caught me talking about some of the comic books, I was talking about this book, Odin's Eye, that I've been reading. It's been absolutely great. And that's kind of the thing, is sometimes you get a book that it just has a great writing, a good story, and great art on the inside. And that's ultimately what you're looking for, right? That's ultimately what you're looking for when you're looking for a good comic book. Or, hey, let's say a good movie, right? Yesterday, I did a live stream. You can find it on the community wall here on the channel. I just did it unlisted. You can go there and check it out. Me and my son were building the Lego R2-D2. Yeah, and while we were doing that, we were watching Star Wars, right? We were watching A New Hope. Yeah, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. You know, and as we were sitting there, you know, and that's the thing. When it's good, it's distracting. I remember when I was a kid, you know, when I was a kid, Star Wars, I watched that shit over and over. We had it recorded on VHS. I wore that motherfucker out. My sister hated that shit, I'm sure. I fucking knew that movie. I could quote every goddamn line. I could act the movie out for you. You know what I mean? So we're sitting there building this Lego R2D2, and like we're sitting there separating the pieces, getting them all. You know, so it's easier. You know, when you go to start building it. And my son's sitting there just like watching the movie. He's like not even paying attention to what the fuck he's doing. He's sitting there watching the movie. I'm like, that's how good it is. And I was telling him, I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Are you doing that or what? He's like, you know. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I understand. When I was your age, I watched this shit over and over and over again. And it didn't have those stupid fucking scenes in there where they went through and they added like, what was all the like the creatures and the stupid fucking music they added later and bullshit. I grew up on the real fucking versions of those movies. And you know what? They were distracting for me. They were distracting for me too, man. I'm telling you, I love those movies so much. And as I was sitting there building this Lego R2D2 and my son was distracted and watching this movie and I was sitting there building and everything, the one thing I was ultimately thinking about was like, man, like, they just don't make them like they used to anymore, right? You know, like I was watching, you know, I watched the whole original trilogy. I'm like, they just don't make them like this anymore. And the thing is, like, you know what? I get it. There's all the people out there, you know, all the people. Remember there used to be that group out there, that group, what were they called? The Phantom Menaces? You remember that thing used to exist? Well, there used to be this group of people out there who were, you know, highly critical of Star Wars and everything. You know, and I was sitting there watching it. I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Even when it comes to the prequels, I've watched the prequels. I got the prequels. I own the motherfuckers. I own all the goddamn movies. Like, even the prequels don't fucking stand up to these movies. I'm sitting there watching Star Wars: A New Hope and watching the original trilogy, and I feel like fucking engaged, right? I feel it's not even nostalgia. I feel fucking moved. I feel emotional in the music, in the things that are going on. It's so fucking captivating. And you know what? You can't hit that again. It's fucking come and gone. The trilogy, the original trilogy, it's come and gone. There's no matching it. You're not ever gonna get better. And that's the thing, is like so many people these days slam nostalgia and everything like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Some people act like it's a bad thing. Nobody ever really says it's a bad thing. But the nostalgia, like look. And here's the other thing too, and is people keep trying to reboot fucking franchises, remake a new movie or add a new movie in and all this thing. And look, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna, like, the companies out there that are trying to do this bullshit, just fucking stop. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You know why? It's because, you know, it's kind of, you know, what do they call it? The lightning in a bottle thing. It's like everything just fucking coming together at that specific moment. Everything was fucking perfect. You're not gonna hit that shit again. You can't try to do stuff like that. It fucking happens. Right? So don't even try. And that's the thing, is like, I think about all these people that are bitching about the fucking, you know, like, people don't like the prequels, people hate the fucking sequels, people hate the fucking Mando, they hate the fucking Book of Boba Fett, they hate all these bullshit shows that are coming up and all this bullshit. Like, oh, you know, they like these fucking books and all that bullshit. And I get it. But I'll tell you one fucking thing, is you're not gonna match what they did in the fucking first place. You just can't do it. You can't do it. They could take all the lore and all that bullshit and fucking transcribe it directly to screen and all that bullshit that you love. You know, all the people, like the people in the EU who like all that, you know, they could put all that shit on screen. It's not gonna fucking hit. It's not gonna work. You know why? Because the original trilogy was just it. It was just fucking it. They don't make movies like that anymore. Actors don't act like that anymore. The musical scores aren't like that anymore. You're just not gonna hit it. So don't even fucking try. And you know what? To the fans out there, you know, the people like me and everything, like, look, I get it. You want to be critical of the shit, but look, realize one thing. It doesn't matter how great they fucking make it. They're not gonna remake any goddamn Star Wars movie ever fucking close to the original trilogy ever was. They never did. It's never gonna happen. Right? Right now, Marvel's riding the high, you know, they got all, you know, they did the thing with the Spider-Man, you know, they did the Avengers, you know, the End Game, which was really Infinity War. Let's fucking give it up. It was Infinity War that did it. They did all these things. They're riding the fucking high. Once you get to a certain point in those highs, you're not gonna fucking hit it anymore. Right? And I kind of feel like maybe that's where Marvel's already kind of starting to settle in there anyway. Like I know, like, and I know somebody's gonna come into the chat and be like, "Oh, what about Spider-Man No Way Home? It just happened." Like, look, no, no. I mean, they hit it, but the thing is that magic doesn't just happen like just because you got a good script, you got the right actors, and like it takes a lot more than that. It takes a lot more than that. And it's something like I was saying, I was watching the original trilogy and I'm sitting there like, man, like they just don't make movies like this anymore. But the thing is, like, they just don't make movies like that anymore either. Right? I was watching Josh over at the Den of Nerds the other morning, and he was doing this stream talking about the deep fake technology and all that stuff. Like if they started to do this for movies and TV shows, and I gotta tell you, you know what? I don't give a fuck who you are. Fuck that. For one, I as a fan don't really want to see that bullshit. But the other thing too, if I was an actor, I didn't get into acting to become a fucking voice actor. I came to be an actor because I wanted to act. And no, I'm not knocking voice actors because fucking voice acting isn't easy either, okay? It's not. But what I'm saying is I didn't go to do like, you know, I want to be a fucking actor on screen, on stage. I want to fucking sit there and voice a fucking person on a screen that's digitally rendered that is me or is looks like somebody else. They got fucking animation for that. They got video games for that. I don't want to see that bullshit in fucking movies. Get the fuck out of here. Now, it works in a situation like a Luke Skywalker for Book of Boba Fett. It works in that case. It's not going to work in every case. And the other place you'd really only have to worry about it is in a franchise movie anyway. Because what other films do you need an actor to look this specific way for the next fucking 30 movies that's going to span the next, 60 years? I'm kidding. I'm just saying. You get what I'm saying. Right? It's really only a big franchise movie. It's really only for Tony Stark, Captain America, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker. You know? They don't need to do it for fucking James Bond. They don't need to do it for the next big action movie that fucking somebody just wrote. Right? But still, you start off with doing it in just franchise movies, and that's when it branches off into more. And you know what? I don't want to live in that world. I don't want to live in that world. You can take your deep fake fucking acting bullshit and stick it up your fucking ass, because I don't want it. Right? I don't want it. I don't want it. And I'm not saying it don't have a place, but nobody wants that shit. Fuck that. Fuck that. But as I was sitting there watching Star Wars, I was sitting there thinking, like, man, being a kid, just all the things, that I wanted to do, my dreams and aspirations as a kid, the things, just all of that shit. That childlike wonder, right? I've always kind of had that with me. I've always had that in me, you know? That same thing that, like I said, I was watching, I felt alive again. I felt like a kid again, watching this with my son, and he's sitting there, like I said, he was watching. I was sitting there building R2D2 and shit. But just like knowing, like I know what's going on the fucking screen. I don't need to watch that shit. Seeing that shit a million times is burning in my fucking memories. But yeah, it's just not ever gonna get there again. And I wish it would. But I just don't think it will. Not with this same thing anyway. That's not to say they can't reach highs and certain highs or anything, and it can't be good or anything like that. But it's never going to hit that same thing of that original trilogy, right? Because that's what it was. It was just that thing. There was that thing for that moment in time. Once you try to start recreating it, it's never going to work out. Prequels, sequels, you might get lucky and you can make a string of movies together that's going to be pretty good and it's going to knock it out of the park like they did with the original trilogy, like they have over at Marvel Studios for the first 10 years. But I don't know. It's not going to happen every single time. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen every single time. But anyway, I don't know. Let's see what you guys think down in the comments below. See what you guys are talking about. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm probably going to be going a little bit shorter here tonight. Probably, I don't know, I'm going to go for another 10, 15, 20 minutes. Going to keep it relatively short. We'll probably end up doing something tomorrow morning as well. Let's see. We've got Susie Sozen, Lucas, Texvenger, RC Scott up in the building. Lord Veedo, my man. What is up? Yeah. Damn. What's up, man? I hope all's going well with you. Mike Porter up in the building. Jason from Polyhedral Paradise. He says, I have a short stream. What are you thinking for me for? My sarcasm? Yeah. A new pope? Yeah. Yeah. The Disney trilogy was closer in feel to the original trilogy, and people hated it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Video game cutscenes as movies because that worked so well for Final Fantasy. I was finna you on for talking about my CGI Luke. Yeah. Yeah, no, like it's all good. It's all good for that, but yeah, and here's the thing. Like the other thing too is like what they're doing with a lot of that stuff with the nostalgia and stuff. Like that shit pisses motherfuckers off. So you see people like, oh, they're doing this, yeah, try to get us back, yeah. Like I also think about shit like that. I'm like, are you ever gonna be fucking happy? Are you? Are you ever gonna be fucking happy? Like some of the people, yeah. Anyway, what are you saying? Something bad about the MCU? I'll shame you. Yeah, yeah. Actually, just spam. Yeah, we spamming son of a deepfake 007. Yeah. Random Brad, what is up, my man? How are you doing? I'm with you, Mike Porter. Avengers Assemble. Yeah. Fuck the deep cake unless it's porn. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I think we take deepfake Luke over the most. Yeah. It's it is. I think it is. Yeah. Ryan Unknown, thank you so much for being here. Obi-Wan the homie, aka Beskar Batman, how are you doing, my man? Yeah, talking my language. More R2, please. Yes, absolutely. You guys are cracking me up. But yes, one of the things like speaking of is like those of you guys that are here in the stream today, right now, I want to say thank you guys, right? Thank you for being here. I know this used to be my hottest show on Friday nights. You know what? Because the thing is, like, I used to go a little, I used to pay attention to other bullshit out there to have some of these things to talk about when it comes to this. But when you start to, when you're hanging around long enough, you starting to notice like everybody's kind of talking about the same old shit anyway. And if there's something I want to comment on a lot of times, if it's somebody out there in the YouTube world being a shithead, well, that's just it. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys know me here, man. I'm one of those like, and that's where a lot of it, the viewership kind of started to drop off, is because like, like I don't give a shit about talking trash about a whole bunch of people. Like, I easily could. I see people out there doing and saying some stupid shit, and I want to fucking say something, but you know what? It's still ultimately just drama, talking about other YouTubers, talking about other people out there that have their opinions or their stupid takes that I don't agree with, that I think they're fucking retards for having these thoughts and opinions running through their heads. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people, right? But what good does that do anybody, right? What good does I mean? Sure, it can be fun and entertaining, and occasionally from time to time I'll go ahead and do some stuff like that. But I've got other things better to do with my time than sit here and worry about what the fuck somebody else is worried about, right? And so I want to thank you guys for being here for these streams and still hanging out here on the Trailer Park Live. Now, there will be times where we're going to talk about some of that shit, and I still do it occasionally. And if there's a place I'm going to do it, it's definitely here on Friday nights on the Trailer Park Live, where it's a little bit more R-rated. We cut a little bit more loose. Right? But the drama, I don't really need all of that. Plus, the other thing is like, yeah, and you ever notice like nobody comes here seeking the drama either, right? Nobody comes here seeking the drama. I mean, partially for one reason, like, because I'm not gonna feed into your bullshit. You know, like the other, like you, like I'm not gonna you're gonna come here and trigger me and get on some stupid shit. Like, it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen because, like I said, like when interacting on some of these things, somebody's just being a weirdo. Like, I can easily just be like, whatever, dude, just go on with my day. Somebody has an opinion about me, something bad to say, like, I don't really give a shit, you know. And I guess that's part of the reason why I don't do that shit is because, like, I know most people out there, you say something, you even say their name on it, so you're like, oh, well, you know, like, people get all fucking butthurt and all that kind of, like, I don't give a fuck, you know. We used to be a little more active on some of that shit, and we used to get people fucking would talk about me on streams and shit. I get people messaging me on Twitter and stuff, you know, like, oh, hey, on the stream, so and so's talking about you. They're saying stuff and la. Who fucking cares? You know, people are allowed to have their opinions, you know, and just because they have their opinions and everything, and even if they don't like me and they express that or anything like that, that doesn't mean that I have to care about it. You know, it doesn't mean I even want to hear it. Like, you know, like, you ever see those? And that's a funny thing, but, you know, I got my kids. You know, they're getting ready to be teenagers here pretty soon. They're getting to that age. But the thing is, like, they watch some of these movies and stuff. You know, you see some of these things, some of these shows and stuff. Like, you know, the kid that, like, walking around the corner and they hear their friends talking behind their back. You know what they're saying, and it gets them all butt hurt and everything. It's like, that's just how people are. You know what I mean? Like, some of the things people don't say because, like, you know what? Everybody criticizes somebody. It doesn't mean that they think you're a piece of shit person, right? And sometimes people don't say stuff to you because they're like, I don't know. It's kind of like maybe you might find it hurtful, right? That kind of honesty, maybe that thing that they want to say, they're like, I'm better off without even saying it anyway. I can have this opinion about this person without having to say it out loud to this person and making them feel whatever way that they're going to about it. Because people certainly react to those kinds of things. I can do that, and that's why a lot of people don't do it and don't say nothing, right? And then you hear the little kid like around the corner, and that's the thing, is that's just part of life. People are allowed to have their opinions about you, and just because somebody says something doesn't mean that they mean it. You know, I've certainly been in and seen these situations where there's people sitting around and they're, you know, sitting there talking about somebody, and everybody, you know, they're going around the goddamn circle. Everybody's talking shit about the one person, right? Like, and then you see the one person that gets like, what about you, Steve? And he's like, yeah, I don't like the way, yeah, he's kind of a dickhead. And everyone's like, yeah. Like, why is he a dickhead? And you're like, you know, you're like they're really just trying to come up with something. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. And like, you know, you like some people just like they'll say something just, you know, because everybody else is saying something. You know, like very rarely do you get that person out there that's like, y'all can talk shit all you want, but like I don't really give a shit. Like like y'all motherfuckers got some deep seated problems and shit. You know what I mean? Like like how often do you ever see that happen? I'll be honest, I've seen it happen occasionally. There's nothing wrong with standing up for a friend and saying something, you know, but you certainly don't have to join in the dog pile either. But most people, they join in the dog pile, right? One of the other things, speaking of which, I seen online there was somebody talking about celebrities. Oh, I'm gonna do what I can to start talking trash about these celebrities and get people like, and I'm like, bro, like, don't you think you've got better fucking things to do than worry about some fucking Hollywood weirdo and what they're saying and trying to make them look bad or anything? Like, I don't know. I kind of think that I like, I don't even know you that well. I mean, I see you here, but like, I kind of figure like you probably got better fucking things to do with your time than worrying about telling everybody about all these Hollywood weirdos and everything and what they're doing. Like, fuck them and stop paying them so much attention. Right? You probably got better things to do. But the other thing is, like, don't you have better things to do besides even listening to those celebrities? But the other thing is, too, is, you know, like, think about those people that you're trying to convince not to listen to those celebrities and take what they're saying to heart. Think about that person. for one, you got to convince them not to listen to these Hollywood weirdos and all that bullshit anyway. Is this a person that you really want to spend time trying to convince? Like, they obviously got issues anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I just go ahead and assume just let them stay over there. With, yeah, I don't want to waste my time. Chances are, if you're listening to them and you're just easily persuaded by them, chances are you're probably just you'll do that to anybody. You'll fucking listen to anybody. You'll do whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Maybe you're just an easily led automaton. I don't want to fucking convince you of anything. God damn. I hate to even think why I would have to convince you. Why would I even have to fucking convince you of some shit like that? Like, really? I don't know. That's just if you ask me, though. That's just if you ask me. But anyway, what are you guys talking about? What are you guys? Oh man, what happened here? No, went to the wrong page again. Accidentally hit the wrong thing. There we go. Oh man. All right. All right. Yeah. Wait, a sequel years later that works. Bill and Ted's Face the Music, or cringe movie that works for me. But that's a 1 in a million movie, much better than Matrix 4. Yeah, actually, yeah, definitely better than Matrix 4. I have not yet to see the most awesome Star Wars content ever, and I'm not mad. It was the original trilogy, buddy. You're not selling in speculation or doing enough auctions to be a cool. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like, like I like the comic books. I like to talk about the comic books. I'm not really like I've got some comic books I probably sell. I'll really be willing to get rid of them. But like, yeah, like I don't really do the auctions and speculation. I don't give a shit about that. I like reading good comics with good fucking art, good stories. Sometimes even art that's just like got that indie feel to it, right? There's nothing wrong with having a book that's got that indie feel to it. I like it. I like it. I respect you for that, T. Yeah, and like I said, I try to do my best to keep any of that drama bullshit. If it's gonna go down, it's gonna be here on the Trailer Park Live. And for the most part, I just like there's just like look. The thing is like for me, everybody's allowed to be themselves. You can like what you like, and that doesn't hurt me, right? You can be who you are, and that doesn't hurt me. I understand, like, and that's the thing is like, the things that I learned from even watching Star Wars as a kid, like this life fucking lessons in there that I say here. I'm sitting there watching, listening to this movie as we're building this thing. Like, when I'm watching this goddamn fucking great fucking trilogy of movies and the fucking great lines, the dialogue and everything, I'm like, did fucking everybody out there forget what the fuck they were talking about in these goddamn movies? Did they forget the fucking lessons here? Did they forget like the lessons and everything that's in this shit? Like there's life fucking lessons in here, and it's pretty fucking easy to get and understand, and they put it in such a great digestible way in these movies. But that's one of the things I get. Like, you know what for me is like, it's not even like, for me it's not even tolerance. It's not even like acceptance. I'm willing to accept people for who and what they are and all that. But like I don't give a shit. I mean, there's very few things out there that people to me are bad and terrible people that are fucking unforgivable. You guys can probably guess what those things are. Just a few things. Pretty much everything else, like, you know what? You do you. You can be fucking weirdo. You like to cross dress, whatever. It's cool. I don't give a shit. It doesn't affect me, right? You like fucking you like tokenized Captain America, tokenized Spider-Man? Cool. You do you. That doesn't hurt me. Right? You can do that. You like I said, even when it comes to the comic books, I read all kinds of bullshit out there. I don't really care as long as it's good. Can you tell a good story with whatever it is you're doing? Right? I don't know, man. Like, too many people aren't just willing to let people be them fucking selves. You know what I mean? And as long as being yourself isn't harming somebody else, that's ultimately what it is, right? Yeah. Some people like to get caught up in the he said, she said. Yeah. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I was listening to that earlier today. All day today. I've been listening to some Limp Bizkit. Yeah. Yeah, I do that bullshit. I'm convinced if you want to be big numbers to be YouTube, be negative or positive about Star Wars. Look at Santa. Yeah, yeah. See, you know what? And Santa's one of them shining examples out there of being able to be an optimistic person. You know what? And I'm not even going to say positive because I think positive is a bullshit term in a lot of senses. Because I won't even say that he's like always positive. Sometimes, you know, like he's got criticisms and shit, and criticisms can be expressed positively without being negative, without being a turd. But he's optimistic about things. He's a fun guy, right? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I mean, and that's the thing is like so many people, and that's the other thing is so many people think that you have to be negative and all that shit. The thing is, you don't have to be, but that's what people want the drama. People want the, you know what? And you know why people want the drama so much? Is because there ain't good fucking drama movies out there to watch. When's the last time you watched a good drama movie? Huh? Right? Last thing your last thing in your phone's camera roll is better than Matrix 4. Oh man, maybe so. Maybe so. And it's actually would probably actually be the footage of me and my son building that R2D2. Yeah. Yeah. Um they made a movie on that. See? There's potential. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Christmas gnomes. Yeah, they did. Bloody incels, mate. Very lucky they didn't get swallowed. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. And I guess that's what I want to say is like, thank you to you guys that show up and watch me sit here and, you know, flap my gums and talk a lot of bullshit. And especially during this time when it's kind of been down, we've had this downtime, all the support you guys have shown me, while after I got hit and going through my injury and, you know, making my recovery and coming back and things like that. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys help motivate me. You know, there's times when I'm not doing live streams in the morning when I'm sitting here working out and getting shit done around the house to stuff. I'm like, I feel bad. I'm like, man, I need to be there. I need to do I just need to do a quick live stream with my people. Say what's up. Let them see me. See what's going on. Opinions about stuff. And that's the thing. Is like sometimes I'm like, man, I'm just like fucking busy. Right? And plus, I've been wanting to get back into more videos and type of that type of shit as well. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, like I said, thank you guys for being here. Cause you know what, like occasionally we'll get into some drama bullshit, but like it's not what I do. You know, I like to have fun. I like to have fun. Um, yeah, and I saw Santa do a negative video. He kept bringing up hose. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Absolutely. But oh man, what's that? Not Google. Oh, I was wondering. I had to sign into Google again because I don't know, they updated Streamlabs and all that stuff. So every time they do that, you gotta, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm lucky it was even working at all. It did kind of give me a hard time when I was getting ready to go live here for a minute. Yeah. You're welcome. He gave me a wrench and emoji. Have to be here. Yeah, yeah. I guilt tripped you into that one, didn't I? Yeah, I did. But yeah, and that's kind of what you know, like even speaking about that, that's one of the things I wanted to get into because I've been like next week I've got a few books on my pull list as well. Just like been reading, you know, like I don't know, like I said, kind of been coming back. Like past 2 weeks, I've only had a couple of books on my pull list. Some of that'll be coming back, but thinking about just how doing some of the videos and reviews, always thinking about different ways to try to make it more fun or what I could do to make it more fun. Because I think about like Rob over at Comics Explained, and he just does such a goddamn good job on his videos. Like you can't like it's pointless for me to even try to do that. I'd just be like, well, let's just go watch his. But the thing is, I started thinking about, well, you know what? Like, there's plenty of indie books that I read that he don't, and I don't see people really doing videos and talking about a lot of these indie books like that anymore, right? I don't see a whole lot of people having conversations about comic books anymore, doing actual reviews on them and everything. Like, you see a couple YouTubers out there that do some of the reviews and everything, but like for the most part, it seems like it's such kind of a like it seems like it's starting to be like it's coming to just slowing down a little bit. You know, it's slowing down. Like, there's still series and things that people talk about, but it's not quite the same. You know, and I sat here and I watch, scroll through a lot of the comic book YouTubers videos, a lot of the comic book guys that follow and everything, the people in the comic book community. I'm like, I don't know. But things have been changing and shifting here over these past couple of years as well. And as a lot of that's been going on, is there, like things were really popping off when all the pandemic first hit and the lockdowns were going on. I was very busy and active. But I think part of my thing is I've been a little bit bored here on YouTube. Not like myself here, but like a lot of the content I've been watching, I'm like, man, I feel like there's like an opportunity for something like right now to go off, because I feel like, you can see kind of a shift starting to happen too. I feel like there's such a lull in content and what people are doing right now. It's just kind of at a lull. It's just like, moving along. It's moving along. But things are shifting. Things are kind of changing the way everybody's interacting and everything on social media, and especially YouTube and stuff like that right now. The attention economy and what's got people's attention and what they're wanting to watch and see and things like that. And I can see it and I'm just like, man, like, I feel just like I'm on the precipice of a breakthrough of something, right? I just don't know. But anyway, guys, that's all I've got. That's all I've got for tonight. Rob does an amazing job on writing out script for video. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he does. He does. And that's the thing, is like, he actually does really good scripting. I was going to say something all wise and smart and stuff, but I hit my head on the rail, forgot what it was. Yeah. Yeah. Jack out my Pokemon packs. Nice. Jack squat. Well, that sucks. That sucks. But yeah, guys, again, that's all I've got for tonight. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. I've actually, I want to start reaching out to some people, bring some of like the nerd therapy back and get some of those conversations going on. Again, doing some more collaborations and stuff like that here on the channel very soon. Like I said, things are finally like my wife got another new job now. Just like, so like the past couple years too for me as well. Things have been shifting. Like my wife with her jobs, and then stuff with the kids, and like, you get it, right? Life's been happening. But things are finally starting to settle down a little bit. Starting to finally go back to normal. But thank you all so much for being here tonight. I hope you all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your night. Guys, make sure you're here tomorrow. We'll do a live stream. And maybe tomorrow we'll stream doing and building the rest of that R2-D2 build that I'm doing, that Lego R2-D2. I posted some pictures over on my Instagram if you guys want to go check that out. But thank you all so much for being here tonight. You all have a good day. Have a great rest of your night. And you know what? If there's a video you're getting ready to hate watch, just keep scrolling right past it. Go watch something you want to watch. You all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.